Awesome. Well, speaking of lots of stories,
Sure.
Maybe you could tell some stories about how to support this podcast.
Sure. I'd be happy to.
No, short stories.
Hey, did you get into drinking pomegranate white tea and subsequently Jocko white tea because your wife is a Brit and she's into tea? She turned you on to tea.
She didn't really, because they drink tea with milk and I don't.
Yeah, but hey.
You can give her credit, but
Details.
She doesn't get credit for that one.
Does she drink a lot of tea too?
She drinks tea, yeah. She tea drinker.
Put the kettle on.
She says a cup of tea will cure anything, she says. No, cup of tea.
Who's the guy who said Robitussin cured everything? It's the same thing like that.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I think it's like Chris Rock.
I don't remember specifically where I got the first cup of Jocko white tea from, but I do remember that it was in the desert when I was at the training command, and I would be giving the debriefs or sitting through the guys' briefs, and we'd be going on like 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep. So you needed a little bit of kick. And somewhere I got some tea. Yeah. It wasn't yet Jocko white tea.
It's just regular pomegranate white tea.
Yeah, and that's where I drank it. I was like,
ooh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
The cold one.
Yeah.
Wait, was it cold?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Well, it definitely had it cold because you're in the desert. You don't want to drink hot tea unless you're British.
Yeah, counterproductive.
They be drinking hot tea no matter what. They don't even drink iced tea. I don't really like hot tea that much.
Yeah.
That whole island, they don't really like iced tea. Like, you can't go into a restaurant, I'll have some iced tea, they look at you like you're weird.
Yeah.
Crazy. Which I've been looked at many times there.
Yeah.
For being weird.
Let's face it, you're kind of weird, bro. Sorry. Anyway.
What you got?
If we want to support ourselves, first off, I'm going to talk about my little story. It's not short story, long one.
No, please.
Just kidding. Remember I told you I got into kettlebells?
Compress.
I got the Onyx kettlebells, right? So the first ones I get all the designer ones. They're cooler. My opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever... Yeah, I used the regular ones before at other gyms. But anyway, I get the cool ones.
Right.
The ones that someone takes a picture of me and I have them, I look like extra cool with the primal...
You can see how different our thought patterns are.
Yeah, you're here to win. I get it. And I can dig it fully. But I got the chimp ones. Those are, 1 pood.
Okay.
Whatever, the 16 kilograms. Went up to the werewolf. Just the other day, I ordered the gorilla.
What's that one?
70-something pounds
for
one. So I got a pair. I incorporate that in. I'm getting stronger, man. I'm getting good at the kettlebells.
Pretty soon you're going to need them 88s like I got.
Yeah, wait. What is the one that it's Bigfoot, right?
I don't know what that is, but the biggest kettlebells that I currently have are 40 kilograms.
Yeah, that's like,
88 pounds.
Well, it's 90-something because it's 2.2 pounds per kilogram.
Okay.
So it's like, we can do the math if you want, but nonetheless, that's heavy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that one, given my current exercise program with them. I guess you can do a basic.
Maybe we should start doing math exercises.
Yeah, maybe. Or bring a calculator or whichever. Either way, that's the one I got. And so look, hey, I'm going to recommend it. If you're into kettlebells, you want to, get your kettlebells on, get the On-It ones. They're cooler. That's my opinion. Cool. Anyway, a lot of cool stuff on there. I got a jump rope and stuff like that too. You know what else I did? 100 burpees in 10 minutes.
Oh, Brandon Pickworth, where you at?
Yeah. So you remember last time we mentioned it? Yeah, I did it.
Brandon, just so you know, Echo is now he notoriously bad cardio.
Now
they're not like that anymore. I'm giving you credit.
I'm
giving you credit. But still, we could use that as sort of a statement to say, if Echo could do it, come on, Brandon.
Yeah. Actually, I think the statement is, look how far Echo has come.
Look how far Echo has come.
I think that's the statement.
I just made it.
There you go.
Look how
Boom.
far Echo has come. So, that he can do 100 burpees. A lot of people think 100 burpees in 10 minutes is a joke, actually.
Yeah, I could dig it. I mean, I've been doing burpees for a while. Not that kind, not the kind. They're just in my routine, so I don't do that many, but I'm familiar with them. So I'm like, okay, you can, how you can kind of gauge, like, okay, I do this many, so what would 100 take out of me?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
You do 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah. So how I did it was 25, 1 minute rest, 25, 1 minute rest, 25, 1 minute rest, 15, and then like a 2 minute and a half, maybe, I don't know, something like that, give or take, and then 10. And actually, 11. I did 101 burpees, and it was 9 minutes flat.
That's good.
Yeah.
Brandon, what you got?
Here's what I found. I don't know if my cardio is good or bad. It's better than it has been.
It's better than
in
it
a long
has been,
time.
yeah.
Just in general, even jiu-jitsu and other stuff.
What's the other stuff all of a sudden?
Well, when you run and I don't know, get nuts.
Groceries.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Hey, life, man. Sometimes life throws physical challenges at you. Either way. So, yeah, I did 101 in 9 minutes flat. What it was I wasn't breathing as hard as maybe you might think. Like,
so you could have gone harder.
That wasn't the issue. Wasn't the breathing. It was like just boom, push up and squat and push up and jump and the lactic acid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
where'd you feel it? Legs?
Weird. Yeah, legs fully, shoulders, not chest. Like, I think doing a push up one every second isn't that much for me. But strangely, my shoulders and this part, what do you call these? The serrats. They were like sore the next day in a weird way. It was weird, man. Nonetheless, yeah.
That proves that burpees are good exercise.
Yes, fully.
Got you some funky workout there.
Yeah, it's good. And then so I go on YouTube, I see this one, a guy does 100 in a row. I'm like, dang. Because 25 I didn't know. I was going to be like, hey, I'm going to do as many as I can.
How long did it take him to do 100 in a row?
3 minutes and 33 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
That's credit.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing, though. I think it's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing or not. That's why I'm asking the question. Okay, so what really is a burpee? I mean, as far as so when I first started doing burpees, I wouldn't do
a burpee is your chest touch the ground, then you jump up in the air.
Okay. So what about my hands? Do they have to go above my head, or can they be here?
Yes. Technically, it's a little clap over the head.
Oh, a clap. So what do you mean over the head? Like technically it has to be above the head. So if I go like this, or does it have to be? Because I see you guys doing this.
I do a little bit of everything, and depending on how tired I am. Okay. If you see when I'm really tired, my clap is barely happening, and it's happening it's like 6 inches in front of my belly.
Yeah. Okay. So here,
But if you want to be like technical.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, a really technical, perfect burpee would be like both hands clapping up above your head as you're 6 inches in the air.
Yeah.
You can't do too many of those. You can't do as many of those, though.
No.
I'm here to tell you.
Not at all. And that's kind of the point.
The difference between the dynamic jump, like a high jump, and not a dynamic jump is real big.
Huge. And so where's the line? Yeah. So
for me, here's the line. Get your hands above your head. Get your feet off the ground.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, I dig it. I agree. Because otherwise you're like, hey, you didn't jump 3 inches.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what if, this...
Because if you want to do that, what you do is you put your 135 on the ground, a barbell with 135 on it, and you hop over that thing each time. Chest to the ground on one side, chest to the ground on the other side, chest to the ground. That's another way. If you're going to require... I like it when you can't cheat. Right? You can't cheat that, right? You have to jump over it.
Yeah, I know. Dang.
That's what's cool about like burpee pull-ups. You got to get chest to the ground. Right. I don't care how you do it. Chest to the ground and get your chin over the bar. I don't care what you do in between those two.
Yeah,
that's a burpee pull-up pretty much.
All right. Well, then I have to be honest. Then here's my disclaimer: the push-up. I didn't touch my chest to the ground. You need
okay. I mean, was it like an incomplete?
Probably some of them were like a half.
I mean, I guess I don't do. I'm not like every single time. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's to your discretion, right? It's like that's when you didn't do a burpee.
Let's face it. If we wanted to, get some Guinness Book of World Record scenario, then sure.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. You know what a burpee is.
Yeah.
I know what a burpee is.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yeah. So mine, and just to kind of in the spirit of honesty, so I didn't touch my chest.
Because here's the thing. If I was to... on the push-up part, if you touch your chest over every time, you actually slow down enough that it's not hitting your cardio as much.
Yeah, potentially.
In my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess add it up. Yeah, I guess. And you know what I saw though when I saw the guy doing the burpees? He was on I think it was just a regular gym floor, maybe a mat or something, and he was doing it. And after a while, he starts banging his chest. Like,
he's cheating.
So I'm like, you're getting a bounce on the bench. Same thing. Yeah, getting a little bounce. So I'm thinking, you know what? That could be easier. For me, if I did it on a mat, I think it'd be easier than having to stop your body weight and not touch, But it's going to be what you're used to for sure. But I didn't touch my chest. And there were like 4 of them that I didn't put, like 4, because when I started the set, I'm like, oh shoot, those 2 or 3, I didn't put my hands above my head, so then I had to so maybe like 4 or 5 of them didn't technically count. But I feel like if I would have put my hands above my head on those 4, it wouldn't have made a difference. That's what I think. But if I'm like, the kind where I'm filming at the muster, I'm filming this girl. She's doing the perfect burpee while I'm filming her. Chest to the ground. In fact, when she went chest to ground, her hands came up off the ground. Oh. Just for like a second. Yeah. I'm like, dang, this girl's getting the whole...
What do they call those? I think they call those game day push-ups. I don't know why. I don't. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just call them that. Yeah, which is weird because I don't even have a game day. Every day is game day.
So that's why you call them that. Do that every day. But either way, she's doing that, and then she's going into and her hands are straight in the air, like she's straight up putting effort into. Was this in
the San Diego CrossFit, San Diego muster?
No, not Texas. I put the clip in the video.
Okay,
slow motion.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, and she had the perfect form,
full beast mode,
full on, and I'm thinking, when I see that compared to the 101 that I did, no, night and day, man. They're going to be like, hey, he's not doing this whole part
he ain't
right
doing
here.
That thing.
My hands are going like this. They're going like this. So they're above my head.
You know what?
But I'm going like this.
Maybe Brandon Pickworth is doing 8-inch or 12-inch vertical leap on each one like a beast. And we're calling him out. And he's actually
I know he's doing it the correct way.
Sorry, Brandon, if that's the case. All right.
All good. Well, the goal is now 100. I'm going to follow the protocol. I know when I'm doing
100?
Yeah, like in a row.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow the protocol for sure. I'll report back. Anyway, back to the kettlebells. That's a good one. The jump rope stuff. That's a good one. The On It ones. That's the cool ones. My opinion. Just go on there, check it out. Go onit.com/Jocko. Boom. Support yourself and the podcast. Also, good way to support when you buy these books that Jocko reviews. That I chime into every once in a while. Go to our the website jockopodcast.com.
You didn't chime in much today.
Yeah, man, I was all listening.
Kind of a
today.
heavy one.
Yeah, heavy, and I don't have nothing to... So, you know what part I was going to chime in?
What?
I
respect your decision, but I respect your decision not to chime in.
Got it. Well, you know how you're like... It was at the end anyway, where you were like, this is just one story.
Yeah.
You take, and it's literally a sliver, really.
Yeah, it is.
It's a sliver. It's one guy and one story.
It's one guy. There was 4,000 or 5,000 British servicemen down there.
Yeah,
it's 1/4,000th.
So this was my comparison. You know when you're driving in traffic or on the street, whatever, the freeway, and all you see is cars. Oh my God, infinite cars. Traffic is everywhere. Just cars and cars and cars, and that's nothing new. In fact, it's kind of irritating, really. But if you just take one little step, like in your mind, and look in the car, and look, that's a person in there. And sometimes 2 people in there, sometimes little family. Each one of those people has their whole life story, all the little ups and downs and special things, and
challenges,
struggles, triumphs, all that stuff. Tragedies. Each one of those little things, there's a little guy in there, and even then, that's nobody compared to everybody. So that's the analogy I was going to make, but seems kind of trivial, compared to like. Guys on the freeway.
I like how you're starting to self-police.
Yeah, I got to self-police, man. Anyway, back to these books. If you want to get any of these books, one or more, whatever, they're listed by episode on the website, jockopodcast.com.
And by the way, we started off today before we hit record.
Sure.
I said to Echo, you know how you heard the what's that saying? Don't judge a book by its cover. The cover of this book, you can judge it by. It's called Excursion to Hell by Lance Corporal Vincent Bramley. And the picture on the cover looks like hell. It looks like it's a picture of him. It's blown up real big. But yeah, you can judge a book by its cover. You can tell it's going to be a rough story.
Yeah. Looks like he took a straight up excursion to hell on that cover. But if you want this book, go to jockopodcast.com. Set a little tab on the top, the top menu, whatever. Books from... podcast, Jocko Podcast, books, whatever it's called. Boom, they're listed there by episode. Click through there. Get it through there. Good way to support yourself, of course. And the podcast takes you to Amazon. Also,
or if you do other shopping.
Any other shopping.
Oh, that's a bonus.
That's
what if you buy something massive?
Good.
Awesome. That still supports. Supports more.
Big time. Yeah, like what? Like a 100 terabyte hard drive.
How much does that cost?
Like $4,000 to $5,000.
Oh.
Not 45 grand, 4 to 5.
Okay.
So like 40, depends which one you get. Or like a lawnmower. Can you buy a lawnmower from Amazon?
I think you can buy anything on Amazon.
You can now, huh?
Yeah.
What do? They come with a big forklift truck and be
lawnmowers
like, hey.
aren't that big, dude.
Well, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking driving lawnmower.
Oh,
so what do?
That's a good
They back
question.
it up. Here's your lawnmower.
That one.
I don't know. You probably can.
Maybe.
Okay, a treadmill. I know you can get a treadmill from
Yeah, treadmills are pretty big.
Well, either way, you can do your shopping. Boom. Click through there. Takes like 2 seconds. It's a small action, really. Big reaction by way of support.
I actually have been thinking that is actually not the best analogy that you've been using for so long.
You would think that, but you'd be wrong.
I think you ever heard of the expression death by 1,000 cuts?
Yes.
It's more like that, even though it's life by 1,000 clicks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Support by 1,000 clicks.
Something like that.
Yeah, man, I dig it.
Because they all add up together.
Yeah.
Because the sodium's little, but it's big. But you have to join it with all the other ones.
Yeah, so now you have a bunch of little sodiums. Boom, huge reaction. Huge support. Widespread, huge support by this little action from this. You know what it is? Actually, the sodium's better. Because look, if I'm clicking through, I'm listening to this podcast, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to support. I'm going to buy one of these books. I'm going to buy lawnmowers, treadmill, whatever. I click through the website. Just that 2 seconds of going to the website first, clicking through. That's like so much potential in my click. Just like the sodium. So much potential energy in there, especially when you mix it with the water. You mix it with the Amazon, the click, boom. Support, you follow.
We can move on.
Yeah, there you go. See? Backs up my point.
Anyway. I apologize to everyone for egging that on in some manner.
Yeah, well, I respect your extreme ownership in the situation.
It's my fault.
Just know what you're going to do to fix it next time. Or you could subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play if you haven't already. I think it seems, well, I don't want to say it seems obvious, but
yeah, if you don't, you should.
If you haven't, yeah, that's a good way to support. Yeah, cool. Stay updated, all that stuff. Also on YouTube, subscribe to that one. I've been putting some stuff.
This is kind of weird to me because we don't have that many YouTube subscribers.
I forget how many I looked, but
it's not a ton. It's not as many people as listen to the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. But not a lot of people are like on YouTube. You know,
okay.
I'm gonna watch, Jocko on YouTube.
Yeah,
like that. You're less compelled to do that, especially if you're not on YouTube just to.
But what if you miss some of them deleted scenes?
Yeah, that's something. But consider like if you never go on YouTube.
I was working with a group this last week, and they're full on caught up on the podcast. Every single episode, legit dudes getting after it. And I mentioned the deleted scene that came out, and there was 3 of them. None of them had seen it.
Oh, see, there you go.
None of them had seen it, and that's a good scene. It's funny, anyways.
Yeah,
I know I use bad language, but
it's kind of refreshing, bro. You know how you can cut loose. You're like, Jocko's always on. You were off. No, you were on. You were in a different way.
I was on. I was going off.
Yeah.
So subscribe to the YouTube channel.
If you're on YouTube, or if you're thinking about getting on YouTube, go ahead, start there. Subscribe. We can be your first subscription, and don't think that it's a
how much is a subscription to?
Nothing. One click.
Oh man, that's
one click.
That's a good deal.
No money. Just click. One click. And here's the thing: it's a total non-commitment situation. You can literally subscribe, and 10 seconds later you can unsubscribe. Then you can do that again. You can do that as many times as you want. It's like so easy. So it's really that's a small action, big reaction situation. Another one. Also, Jocko has a store.
See, that time I stayed quiet. I didn't just get lured into your trap.
You just moved on.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, back to the YouTube real quick. There's other stuff. There's other stuff other than just a video version of the podcast. That's kind of the point.
Right. Okay, yeah.
One of the points.
There's other little videos that you put together.
Sure.
Excerpts, we like to call them.
Sure.
Some people call them McNuggets.
Sure, Jocko McNuggets. Yeah, they're on there too. Anyway, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. JockoStore.com. There's some shirts on there. There's some travel mugs on there. Some bumper stickers on there. We were out of bumper stickers. I didn't know that. Anyway, we got some more on there. There are some rash guards on there.
Dope.
Yeah.
Rash
guards. There are some hats on there.
Are they there?
They should be.
You said that last time.
I know, bruh. And I still have, I think, a day. No, today. They should be on.
You owe me 9 hats, by the way.
You got it.
Check.
So there it is. And I'm not saying to support this podcast, buy our stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying go on the website. Check out the stuff on there.
Canadian yarn art. This stuff sells itself.
Yeah.
See, now you're not getting my references.
No. And I was born in Canada too, so that's kind of off.
But you're not a Tenacious D fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. All good. Canadian yarn art. Wait, we don't sell that.
No, we don't.
Sells itself.
It sells
and
itself.
So does this stuff.
Maybe we should
potentially
sell some Canadian yarn art.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, go on there. Check it out. If you like something, get something. Good way to support. Also, Psychological Warfare. What Psychological Warfare is, if you don't know, it is an album with tracks, Jocko tracks. And what he does is, on the tracks, he's talking to you. Each track. And he's talking to you about different stuff. Weaknesses. Different weaknesses.
There you go.
So really, this is what you need. This is the album.
Different stuff doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jocko's talking about you about the type of toothpaste that he uses.
Right. No, I didn't say
cares
thus.
about that.
Well, maybe.
True.
Depends. You know how there's a controversy about fluoride being in the toothpaste. You know, I'm just saying if that's important.
I'm really egging you on today.
I'm just saying.
I apologize, everyone.
You brought it up, bro. Anyway, what it's really for, this album, is in your campaign against weakness.
Yeah.
That's the new phrase. It's not journey anymore. It's campaign against weakness.
Like that.
Andy Goodbread. He gave me that one. Because I don't like saying journey that much.
Someone
remember?
actually messaged you and said, hey, quit saying journey, say campaign against weakness, which is actually from the podcast, which is legit.
Layers. Big time. Anyway, thanks, Andy, for that one. But that's the one I'm using for right now until like a better one comes up, if that's even possible. So in your campaign against weakness, every single day for the rest of your life now, you're in the game right now. It's for the rest of your life.
Yeah, the campaign lasts forever.
Yeah. There's no discharge.
From the war?
Yeah, man.
Dang, layers coming out big time.
Anyway, so if you're trying to wake up, early every day or, 5 days a week, however long, however much, and you got that day where you're supposed to wake up early and you don't want to, you just don't feel like it. That's really the thing. You don't feel like it, So Jocko's there for you with a little spot. Diet stuff, procrastination stuff. Workout stuff, creativity stuff. That's a big one. And I don't listen to the creativity one.
That's because you feel like you're all creative.
No, but here's the thing. I'm like one of those things. You know how let's say you had a pimple or something, a zit. I know I'm going deep, but if you have a zit, some people they're like, I'm gonna pop the zit. Some people they're like, no, leave it alone, let it go away. You see what I'm saying? So I'm the latter when it comes to creativity. I'm like, man, I'm not creative. I'm at a creative block. Don't force it. Don't get Jocko on here telling me pragmatically, by the way, but still,
just get
Jocko,
creative. Do it now. Think of a good idea.
Thankfully, it's a little bit more than that, but that's kind of the philosophy. I'm not saying that's the best way. In fact, I
manufacture Inspirato. You're missing another good Tenacious D reference that I just made.
But that's kind of the good thing about this is that that's not what it is.
No,
you know how you'll explain, part of it, and this is a total paraphrasing situation, but you said it in a really good way before when you're like, memorize the feeling after your workout or something like that. Good. See, that's you're not inspiring me to go work out. You're kind of pragmatically telling me this is how you mentally wage an effective war on that little weakness there. That's what it is. Anyway. Tracks doing this for all kinds of situations. It's called Psychological Warfare. Jocko Willink. That's a good one.
Also, I have some other options now. If you want to kind of support this podcast, you can check out originmain.com for your jiu-jitsu needs. We are now unified fully with Origin. Made in America, like me. I would say like Echo, but Echo is actually made in Canada.
No, I was technically made in America.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was just
made
delivered.
Made in America, like Echo and me.
And delivered. Wait, I was delivered in Canada. Can they get stuff from Origin in Canada?
Yeah.
There it is. Boom. Just like me then.
Okay. So there you go. OriginMain.com for your jiu-jitsu needs, and check them out. Also, if you want to check us out live, if you want to check out Origin live. Now, what kind of company is telling you, hey, come to our factory and see what we're all about? You know what kind of company? Our company. We're going to be up there in Farmington, Maine, August 23rd. Come on up. It's too late to enter into the Origin camp, the immersion camp. If you haven't signed up for that, you missed it. You'll have to do it next year. But on August 23rd, we're going to be up there. We're going to be cruising. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be getting after it up at the factory. You can come and see what that's all about. Also, and I'll just put this out. I was kind of hesitating, but listen, we have some supplements coming for you. As soon as I started with Pete, who is my partner at Origin, as soon as we kind of started talking, as soon as it looked like we were going to solidify a deal, we started he's got a little supplement line, which gives the opportunity for me to design the supplements. So a little while back, we had that opportunity, designed them, made them, went on them, legit, and we got the formulas down, and we're going to ramp up production now. So in a little while, you're going to see the Jocko line of supplements coming out.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So Echo's had his little bit coming in.
Mm-hmm.
We're on them.
Yeah.
And they're good to go. So anyways, what we need to watch out for is the demand. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them up so you can order them. They won't be out until mid-September, but if you order them earlier, you order them, the better we can support you for supporting us.
Yeah, kind of like the book situation. Almost.
Yes, yes. So that's that. Also, Jocko White Tea. If you want to support the podcast and support yourself, and if you want to deadlift in the neighborhood of 8,000 pounds, you can get Jocko White Tea. If you don't want to deadlift 8,000 pounds, that's cool. Drink something else.
Yeah.
Drink something else. That's fine. If you want to support your brain, we got books. If you want to support your kid's brain, get them the book and the brain and their body and their life. Get them Way of the Warrior Kid. I get kids. It's cool now. Kids come up to me and I sign their books. They're all fired up. So they're changing.
Yeah.
You will change. Your kid will get on the path. No kidding.
Yeah, and it's good for the parent too because you can reference that book in little situations, you know?
It's legit.
Yeah, it's good.
Even my youngest daughter, her friends are reading it, and so they come over and they're like, they're excited, yeah. So that's cool too. Give it to your kids, whoever, your neighborhood's kids, whatever. Give it to all the kids you know, so they can get stronger and faster and smarter and better, which is a really big thing to give a kid.
Yes. Everything pretty much.
You know what I'm going to give you? I'm going to make you stronger, faster, stronger, and better, smarter. You're a human being.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing to give someone? Yes, it is. So do it. Also, if you want the first edition of Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual, you got to order it soon. And there's so many questions that I get asked all the time are in this book. They're answered in this book. Food intake.
Yeah.
Workouts. They're in there. A lot of them.
Yeah.
They're in there. Everyone that asks me about all different martial arts, where should I start? It's all in there.
Yeah.
Sleep. What about sleep? It's in there. How do you wake up so early? It's in there. Rest and recovery. It's in there. All this stuff is in there. It's all in there. And there's a whole section of like what I'm thinking about on a daily basis. So check that out.
That's a big one. Well, like what you're thinking.
Yeah, people want to know what I'm thinking about.
That's a big deal.
For some reason, they ask me, like, what are you thinking here? I answer it. That's why I wrote that book.
Yeah. Well, like any situation where it's like you're faced with a decision to do this thing, and it's hard, but you know it has to be done or should be done or whatever. And there's so many times where you just, when you shift or someone tells you something, hey, look at it this way. And, you know, like my dad would always say, do it and it'll be done.
Do it and it'll be done.
And it's like, dang, all it took was really thinking a certain way.
BC.
Compared to your next.
BC?
Yeah, BC.
BC says do it and it's
it'll
done.
Be done. Yeah, it's true.
You get that book from Amazon, from Barnes & Noble. Whatever little bookstore is around you, go and tell them to get it. Or you can sit around and watch life pass you by. It's up to you. Also, Extreme Ownership. It's still going strong. Why is Extreme Ownership still going strong? Is it because the massive advertising campaign that we put onto the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal? No, actually, we didn't do that. You know why it's going strong? Because of word of mouth. That's what it's going strong for. Because one person gets it, they buy it for this person, that person buys it for someone else, that person buys it for their team. That's why we're still selling that thing like crazy. Why? And why was it going through word of mouth? Because it works. Functionally works. It's not theoretical. It is pragmatic. It's functional. It'll make you a better leader, and it'll make your team better. Period. We've seen this over and over and over again. That's why it's selling a lot. So get yourself and your team So you can implement that and you can win. Then for your business, if your business needs some leadership assistance or guidance or wants to improve and wants to go from doing well to doing awesome, Echelon Front, that's our leadership consulting. Me, Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke will come put your team into full attack mode. You can email info@echelonfront.com. Now, we have the muster coming. This is important. September 14th and 15th in San Diego. I think it's 70, maybe 75% sold out at this time. In fact, the hotel is sold out. So we've got rooms at another hotel. You'll get it when you register. It's a block or two away. So if you want to come, it's going to sell out. So register fast. You can do that at extremeownership.com. While you're waiting for the muster, or while you're waiting to see us up in Maine at the Origin Factory grand opening, where we make stuff in America. While you're waiting for that, if you want to link up with us and maybe just cruise a little bit, you can find us. We're actually on the interwebs. The Twitter, the Instagram, that Facebooky boy. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink. I talked about the Snapchat last time. Sure. Didn't get around to it.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm going to.
Of course.
It's coming.
Procrastinating.
And plus, I wasn't around my kids, so they have to instruct me.
That's cool, man. That's good.
I wasn't around, or Jade Charles, because
Sure.
maybe Jade Charles could instruct me.
Yeah, he'll probably charge you for that, though. So you probably stick with the kids.
Yeah, I'll stick with the kids.
Or not, whatever.